I was driving the other day and saw an old bumper sticker that was covering a pole. I knew it was old because it read, Row, row, row your vote. Roe v. Wade is gone. The vote in 2024 buried it. It buried a lot. For instance, do you remember when eggs did not cost 60% more than they do now? Do you remember when there were food inspectors? When people were available to pick the crops that we've come to depend on for our daily meals? When we respected farmers and laborers, factory workers, ranchers, middle class, and poor people? When there was no fear of arbitrary tariffs, when the stock market was good and no one had to worry about their retirement savings, when health care for all was a right. Do you remember when ICE did not become the equivalent of the Nazi Gestapo? Do you remember the phrase, a nation of immigrants, when describing the U.S.? Do you remember when the U.S. didn't disappear people and their only way out was in a coffin? Do you remember when diversity was something we honored in the U.S.? Do you remember when we cared about the environment? Do you remember when sexual assault and rape was a bad thing? And when all people capable of getting pregnant had the right to make their own decisions about their own bodies? Do you remember when gender and sexual orientation was an individual decision? Do you remember when we honored diversity? Do you remember when females had respect? The latter was a trick question. Females have never had equality in this country, but you might remember when they got closer. Remember hope? Remember when the presidency was a revered position, one respected by other countries? Remember when there was a safety net? Remember when we trusted legislators to care about and represent all their constituents? Remember when all people were valued, all genders, all people of colors, all abilities? Again, a trick question. But we used to aspire to that. Now we don't. When I was a schoolgirl, I remember learning with pride the Emma Lazarus poem at the base of the Statue of Liberty. Not the entire poem, but the words, "Give me your tired, your poor." Remember that? Someone has to. Here's the entire poem by immigrant Emma Lazarus, entitled The New Colossus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuge of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp besides the golden door. This is Barbara from Toby's Fund for Reproductive Health Equity. We help those in McHenry County, Illinois, who can't afford their right to bodily autonomy. Please consider supporting us. Thank you.